to my channel. I hope you're all having a wonderful day today. I wanted to do one of those coord with me style videos where I explain my process for coordinating a bit. I couldn't really decide on the perfect format, so what I'm going to do is explain right to you to the camera like this the different ways that I look at my items and choose goes in a coordinate, and then I'm going to film my coordinate and explain the different pieces, why I put them together, as well as some of the stuff that I left out. So this is not the coord that I'm doing today. I will be coordinating my jewelry jelly skirt. I recently did a poll on my community page asking my subscribers what type of main piece they wanted to see me coord, and a skirt won, so that is what I'm doing today. Thank you to everyone who voted and participated in that poll. Now, when it comes to coordinating, I don't have one set method of building a coord, but I did kind of come up with some of the main questions I asked myself, and I'm gonna go through those different approaches with you now. The first place that I always start is what I'm going to be doing / where I'm wearing my coordinate to. The main reason for this is because I generally build different coordinates if I'm wearing Lolita to work, if I'm wearing Lolita for my personal life, like going out on a date, going out with friends, doing errands, whatever, or going to a meetup as well, and of course building a coordinate to film in. When it comes to the coordinates that I wear for work, I definitely think they're the ones with the least amount of effort put into it. It's pretty simple because I pretty much always just wear main piece, blouse, cardigan, it's really cold where I work, a pair of socks, and I bring a pair of shoes on the first day of the week and I keep them until the last day of the week. So I'm not really going to go over how I build coords for work. I just don't think it would be that interesting. But obviously when it comes to choosing a coordinate to wear for my personal life, it's a bit more exciting because I have like infinite possibilities within my wardrobe of what I can do. So for this coordinate, because I'm building it specifically for this video, I can do whatever I want with it, and there's no real restrictions on what I can and can't wear. The second thing I do is I choose a main piece. Normally what I do is I take a look at what main pieces I've worn recently. I keep a list on a piece of paper that's usually on like this little notepad that has all the main pieces in the order of I wore them last, and then I cross them out every time I wear them, so I'll know what it's been like the longest since I've worn. The jewelry jelly skirt is actually the main piece that I haven't worn in the longest amount of time, so that's specifically why I chose it for today. However, sometimes there is a main piece that I just feel like wearing, whether it's because I have a coordinate idea for that dress, I feel like it's going to suit the event or place I'm going to, or it's just kind of the mood I'm in. So there's not a strict way of choosing a main piece. The next thing I usually do is I choose a concept for the coordinate. This usually revolves around the, level of coordination, like between casual to OTT, or I guess even between wearing it in a non-Lolita way to OTT. And because I haven't worn the skirt in a while, I didn't want to do something super casual. I feel like it might have felt a little bit underwhelming to me. Other things that you can consider for the concept are theme and era. So since jewelry jelly is dessert themed, you could do kind of like a cafe waitress kind of vibe if you had an apron and those like little frill headbands that AP releases, that kind of thing in terms of theme. For era, of course, I usually mean era within Lolita fashion, so like 2010s OTT suite, modern Lolita, old school Lolita. A skirt like jewelry jelly or any main piece is kind of restricted sometimes in that it's going to, generally speaking, be obviously of the era it's from because of trends and styling choices that brands made, but I think you can still be inspired by other eras as much as you want. I often look at references of old school coordinates and 2010s suite era coordinates to build my own, so that's usually the eras that I'm referencing. Sometimes, of course, the theme or era that you're going to choose comes out when you pick a second piece. Now, I think this is the part that has the most emphasis in terms of skirt. Once you've chosen your main piece, choosing a matching blouse or cardigan or top for your coordinate is probably going to be the most important next step. When I'm wearing GSKs or OPs, choosing a second piece isn't always my priority, but when it comes to a skirt, the first thing I always do is choose a top to wear. For this coordinate, I actually ended up choosing a cardigan as the focus, and that's my AP Milky Way cardigan. Like I said, I'll show you all of it in a second. But because I chose a cardigan to go with the coordinate, I had a few different options in terms of blouses. As well, the cardigan kind of informed where I wanted to go with the cord because it's sparkly, matching the glitter and jewelry jelly. So the stars, I was kind of like, okay, maybe I'll look for stars in the other accessories I have. And with the glitter and stuff, I was like, maybe I'll try pulling out items that are a bit more casual in contrast with the cardigan because it has, you know, like the glitter, the details. Those are the kinds of things that I think about after I choose a second piece. With skirts, again, it's super important because it's the most visible part of your coordinate other than your main piece. You can choose like a t-shirt that'll make it super casual. You can choose a like OTT roughly blouse that'll allow you to include like super OTT accessories and make an OTT cord with just a skirt. I think that when it comes to skirts and coordinating them, choosing your top is more important than the main piece because you already know the cut and you can play skirts up or down in any direction of like casual to OTT that you want depending on your accessories and your layering really when it comes to like that blouse area. The next thing is to choose a color scheme. Again, I like picking a second piece out first because it informs where your color scheme's going. In this case, the cardigan I chose is also pink, so I'm gonna wanna choose under layer, like a blouse or a top that is a different color so that I can have a second color worked into my coordinate. This is also because jewelry jelly has a lot of colors in the print, so I like to pull out multiple colors when I coordinate it instead of doing like a monochromatic one. Color schemes in Lolita can vary pretty greatly. I typically do cords with the same color as my main piece and another one. So I tend to do like sax and pink or lavender and pink or mint and pink or pink and white. You get the point. It's always like something with pink, but you can do like 4 or 5 colors. You know, you could have a like sax main piece that has lavender, pink, and yellow in the print and then use all 4 of those colors. You can also add pops of colors or contrasting ones. I always think of these coordinates I saw with Sugary Carnival that used a red cardigan and socks and accessories, and it was really beautiful even though there's no red in the Sugary Carnival print. Choosing a color scheme can also really inform the pieces that you're going to choose because it's like you may have 3 red cardigans but maybe only one matches the vibe of the main piece you're choosing, and also maybe it's the only one that matches like the era or theme you're going for. But personally for me, color scheme isn't usually my biggest worry because I don't tend to pick elaborate color schemes. And in terms of my closet, even though I do have quite a few colors now, I have sax pink, red, lavender, mint, and I'm starting to add yellow. They're all pastel colors, they're all like sweet colors, so it's not really hard for me to match stuff within my wardrobe. That's why color scheme is like so far down on my list, though I think for someone with a more elaborate wardrobe in terms of like colors, tones, it would probably be on the higher part of the list. So the next step is a little bit vague, but it's basically to build it until you're satisfied. So for me, the direction that I typically build my coordinates is main piece, top, socks, headpiece, accessories, shoes, or shoes before accessories sometimes. It's not a golden rule or anything, but that's typically what I do, especially because, like I mentioned before, when I wear Lolita to work, I actually don't usually wear headpieces. The most I'll wear is like a bow clip in my hair or a beret. So oftentimes I don't have to worry about headpieces at all. The most important part of coordinating for me is to mix and match and try out visually until I'm satisfied. I typically don't have like a full vision of a coordinate in mind when I start coordinating, and I really like the creative process of picking out different pieces. So I tend to bring my main piece and lay it on my bed and then bring one piece at a time and match things and check things, etc. I typically build my coordinates for my personal life like the night ahead or in the morning before I go out because it can be a process, but that's only because I really enjoy taking my time and doing that process and being creative with Lolita. So I'm going to show you the coordinate now and talk a bit more about how I built it, specifically the pieces that I did choose and the ones that I left out. So I will see you there. Sorry, my feet got cut off. I'll show you the boots in my close-up. I started with a wig because I did not like how my natural hair looked that day. So it's these Priscilla hair pieces. My jewelry jelly skirt, of course. And I'm going for like that OTT Sweet era vibe without going super OTT, but I definitely would consider the end product OTT. And a big part of the reason I went OTT is because of this hair. So for that vibe, I love to layer a white blouse with a cardigan, and I chose this cardigan because it matches the glitter in the Jewelry Jelly print, and there's stars which are also in the print. I put this wig on quickly, so if you see my natural hair, no you don't. So here are my socks, shoes, and my headdress. I chose the headdress to match the socks color-wise, and I chose this headdress because it's cotton, so it matches like the fabric of everything that I'm wearing. And then some accessories for that OTT vibe in my hair. And for accessories, I have a brooch, a necklace, some rings, bracelets, and the like clip that comes with the Jewelry Jelly skirt, just so that there's like a layered accessory on every part of the coordinate: hair, neck, wrists, fingers, bust, I guess, with the necklace, and then waist as well. There's something like going on everywhere, which really makes it OTT. So that's the whole coordinate. Here's some close-ups. I used my Pop Parade brooches, which I really love. And I always button up like one button on my cardigan. I just think it looks the cutest, you know. Here are some close-ups. I went with like all pink and sax because it's my favorite color combo. Here's a few things I didn't use. This part goes by really quickly, so I'm going to add a picture after and explain why I didn't choose them. So the sax blouse I considered for the color, but I decided not to because it has a sailor collar and because I'm wearing a skirt and it's a very loose top, and I wasn't sure how good it would look tucked into the skirt. I decided not to use the pink blouse because I felt like it would be too much pink with the cardigan, and I wanted to be able to add in a little bit of white, which is what I integrated with the sock. Because I really love like a white blouse with a color cardigan. I think it looks really super cute. Apart from that, there's the two pairs of socks. I have the Logo Princess OTKs. I left them out because they're all white and I wanted some sax in my socks. And then I thought of the Marshmallow Border OTKs, which have like a minty sax. It kind of works as both colors, but it also has like pink and yellow equally, and I wanted more focus on sax, so that's why I chose the Roji OTKs instead. And then the one headpiece I have is like my cotton tea time headdress from AP, which is pink. I really do love this one, but it's very flat, and I wanted something a bit bigger, and then I thought the sax bonnet would work better in terms of color balance. Anyway, and the one thing I didn't really talk about was my boots. I chose those boots because they are kind of like the most OTT shoe I have. Kind of simple as that. I didn't film an outro. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm really sorry about like the technical issues with my shoes cutting off and all that. I hope you enjoyed it anyway. Please let me know what you thought. If you have any more questions about how I chose this coordinate, I would be happy to answer them in the comments below. And I will see you in my next video. Until then, have a great day and bye bye.